It is a story that took Target 8 to Detroit and Chicago. Those donation bins you see in parking lots all over the place. Well, Target 8 unveiled last fall that your items may not all be going to a good cause. Now the city of Grand Rapids has a stern message: get rid of them. That's what it's telling owners of the clothing donation bins, which have multiplied in the last couple of years. As Target 8 investigator Henry Erb shows us, the city is tired of the mess they're creating.
Here is the mess that the city of Grand Rapids is talking about: an old broken chair, a kid's car seat, some old pillows. That's why the city wants to get rid of these clothing bins. This stuff doesn't belong here.
But people keep dumping trash outside the clothing donation bins, and the bin owners are often slow to clean it up.
We have received numerous complaints from citizens. Commissioners have received numerous complaints.
Tyler Nickerson says there's a clothing donation bin just down the street from where he lives on Wealthy.
Yeah, once in a while throughout the city I've seen these bins overflow. This one is maintained fairly well, but I know they've been a nuisance for many neighbors.
So the city has called and sent letters to all the clothing bin operators they could identify, telling them they have 14 days to get the bins out of town. There's no new rule about it. Schultz says the bins violate an existing city ordinance.
It's really a standard regulation and typical zoning codes that you can't have a secondary use unrelated to the primary business on the property.
For example, this Salvation Army clothing bin is on Salvation Army property and it's okay. But if they put it outside a grocery store, that's not. And in fact, they have some on other people's property.
It looks like we will lose some of them, yes.
When we were investigating the bin business last fall, he told us the Salvation Army was losing clothing donations to a growing number of bins placed by out-of-town organizations. Our targeted investigation found some of those bins were actually operated by profit-making used clothing businesses, taking advantage of a boom in textile prices, giving only a fixed, sometimes small fee to a charity for the use of its name.
I see this as probably a good step. We will lose a couple of boxes, but then we will also see a lot of the for-profit boxes disappear.
So if the owners of the bins don't get rid of them, the city could eventually come back on the people who own the property that the bins are on. They could be taken to court and even fined. In Grand Rapids, I'm Target 8 investigator Henry Erb.